Hey, I'm a little bit concerned at the moment because being at Fox, we've got all the bells and whistles, let's be honest. It looks fantastic. But I'm a little bit disappointed with people's reactions about the scoreboard on the TV.
Well, it's one of those things, and I think social media does this to people. It certainly got me last week. I didn't think it was such an issue until I found out that I should think it's such an issue. And now that I did see it and I saw the feedback, I'm like, oh, actually, it's a massive scoreboard.
Do you think it's too big?
It's too big.
On the screen?
It's too big on the screen. I actually watched it on
What
one.
if you don't see too well? It's great.
Well, that's as good. It was one game I watched where my ratio must have been out and the actual scoreboard was on the bottom of the screen, but then I watched it on a different TV and it was lifted slightly. You could see footy boots and bits and pieces in the grass.
You might feel like you're missing
it.
something.
Yeah. So what's been the feedback? Has there been feedback in-house? Because
in-house,
it's amazing.
We think it's amazing.
Yeah,
Outhouse, not so good.
Well, I think it needs to go to the outhouse. I'm a little bit worried about what that scoreboard's doing. Channel 7, I can see, have changed their scoreboard up, but there has been a bit of feedback in and around that they're trying to, and maybe not, that they are using the centre scoreboard, so when they're clipping up bits and pieces to run on social media, that score will always be there and in the middle, which kind of makes sense. But Fox at the moment, it's taking up 2/3 of the screen. It doesn't make a lot of sense unless you're always showing a picture of Jack Riewoldt as special comments.
Well, there's that, and there's a little bit of delay at the moment. I know some people are talking about the delay. Now the problem is it is a Channel 7 coverage, so we're taking their feed, and unfortunately has to bounce between here, there, and everywhere before it comes back. So there is a little bit of delay, which will be ironed out.
It's 2025. You knew you were doing this for months and months out. You've had practice matches as well. I know 7 haven't been covering games.
Well, there you go. They haven't covered those.
Surely you can get that right. Now, I've got a few things here because I'm a bit worried about...
I don't think it's our fault, to be honest.
I feel, and I've heard a little bit of a whisper, that Channel 7 might actually be deliberately playing with the Fox feed.
I wouldn't disagree.
Clearly, if Fox are at Fox Footy and calling off the TV,
they're live.
That's an issue. Maybe last Sunday you might not have been there.
We're there live.
Then this week I see that when you haven't been a Fox game, the Fox call team special comments have been in separate boxes. I saw Thursday night Jack Riewoldt behind the glass. The commentators are in the first box. Him, I think maybe Kingy, whoever it was, special comments were sort of leaning through the glass, sort of waving, and we're here as well.
Yeah, well, we got to remember at every ground there is one TV commentary box. So obviously Thursday, Friday nights, that's a 7 box. It's a 7 game. We're doing our calling, but we're taking the 7 feed. So they're the home broadcaster. So right now there's some teething problems that we need to find our own little commentary box, but right now I think we're using radio boxes and the boys are next to each other.
Well, I've got a couple of things. One, that's not really working. The delay is an issue. There's issues between the commentary team and the boundary riders who can't hear each other. Jono had to repeat himself every time they crossed down to him, which was a concern. And also, I just feel like the microphones that you're using, I mean, they've got the radio style microphones, but I feel Channel 7 do, but Fox pops. Like it'd be like, and the ball comes out, it's like 50.
It's Channel 7.
That's not Channel 7 microphones.
They're playing with us. Unbelievable.
Mate, they're your microphones. Fox have had a lean start.
Hey, can I just say something as well? We'll get off that subject.
Careful what you wish for.
No, we'll get off that subject. You finally got your way with Geelong.